What's up, guys? Welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. And welcome to my video guide for the Abyss Factory. Basically, this is sort of like the premiere or a test of what the Abyss will be. So if you guys remember Abyss Beta, this is a different form from that. This sort of limits character depending on their, I guess, series. So in this particular level, there's a lot of enemies, or a lot of, I should say, stages where only Final Fantasy VII characters are allowed to enter. So if this is going to be what Abyss is going to be, I'm really excited for it. It does kind of limit your composition in a way, much less restrictive than the ones before, I feel. Sure, you're locked into a series, but at least you're not locked into like a short sword and you have to bring like a spellcaster here and there. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think, if you guys think this is a much better version of Abyss Beta. Anyway, guys, before we do start, like, subscribe if you haven't already. It does help my channel to grow, and of course it helps with the YouTube algorithm as well. And hopefully you guys are staying safe out there. As a healthcare provider, as my day job, I do highly recommend you guys to wash your hands, you know, stay safe, and try not to mingle too much with other people, because you never know. It's very hard to tell, especially in the early stages. So anyway, let's get on with this video. So for this video guide, I'm just going to be talking while the video is going on. So first things first, as I mentioned earlier, you are quite limited to the characters that you can bring. So for this one, it is going to be all Final Fantasy VII characters. Pretty much all the Final Fantasy VII characters in DFFOO are almost realized. The only two characters that are not realized at this point is Cid and Aerith. So every other Final Fantasy VII character that has released are all realized already. So yeah, you do have a ton of options between those guys. I do highly recommend bringing Zack. He does help quite a lot, especially with tanking. And if you're not planning to bring Aerith, which is the only healer in Final Fantasy VII, then highly suggest bringing Zack along, because at least he can tank and he can heal himself. You can obviously bring Cloud with his paralysis and of course launching tactics. So what I've done in the early stages was actually use Pandemonium for my summon, and basically Yuffie, Tifa, and Cloud will be doing a lot of launching between Cloud and Tifa. You can also do that, and then Yuffie is just your brave battery. And of course, if you want a little bit more safe, you can bring Aerith instead of Yuffie. That is another option to do a ton of damage, but I opted out just going with a safe run here with Zack, Yuffie, and Tifa. Tifa is still probably one of the best Final Fantasy VII characters out there, and of course you can use Sephiroth as well. I mean, he deals a ton of damage. Now, speaking of healers, I did forget. I can't believe I forgot. But Kate Sith also has a regen for the HP regen and Brave regen as well. So I guess between Kate Sith and Aerith, you can bring either one of them. It's really going to help you out, especially if you're taking a lot of damage. But in all honesty, because there is no mission per se for this one, the only goal here is to reach the minimum score requirement, and pretty much just clearing this fight. You can have someone die and actually you still reach that score. So in saying that, having a healer isn't too essential, but it does help with the score requirement if you are having trouble with that. The enemies will have a higher attack and speed on this one. That's why I opted out to bring Shiva to increase my own speed as well. Now, going through wave by wave, I would say wave 1 is probably one of the most dangerous waves, wave 2 being the weakest wave. The reason why I feel like Wave 1 is dangerous is because of their ability to use Magitic Laser, which basically recovers themselves from the break status and will do a Magic Brave attack plus HP attack, which, in all honesty, if it breaks your character, there's a small chance that you will die from that attack, especially if they have taken a small HP damage already previously. So that's the only reason why I find that first wave is a little bit more dangerous. And of course they can change their I guess abilities as well to the Kraken and Malboro, which you can take advantage of if you are planning to use Vincent, because they are both weak to the elements that that Vincent uses. Now, as I mentioned before, Wave 2 is just the 2 Scorpions, so they aren't that too scary, to be completely honest with you. You do have to be careful when it does raise its tail, because it does raise its speed, and of course it will do a lot of HP attacks. So the way to go around this is if you are actually using Yuffie, and I didn't actually look this up until afterwards, after I finished the fight, but a lot of the abilities for the Scorpions are basically increasing their own brave and doing HP attacks. And if you have Yuffie and basically use her EX on them, they won't be attacking you anytime soon with those HP attacks. More than likely they will just keep using Scorpion Tail or ranged shot, because those are the ones that are available to them, you know, because if they're broken they can't actually raise any of their braves at all. So that's one way for you to go around the 2 Scorpions. Probably you know, as Yuffie's abilities say, no cheating. So yeah, that's it for the second wave. And as for the final wave, you do have the Ultima weapon and of course the Behemoth again. So the Ultima weapon is something that I would really attack first. I mean, you can get away with like killing the Behemoth first if you have Yuffie, or if you have Cloud as well, because Yuffie can steal the buff that the Ultima weapon will use on itself, like I do believe it's physical resistance and magic resistance or something like that. You can steal those away, and you can like debuff that or remove that with Cloud if you have his World of Illusions weapon. So if you do have that, that is one way to deal with the Ultima weapon, but I opted out just to kill it first. Use your summon here and you should be fine. I mean, it is less of a threat. Well, the less threatening monster is the King Behemoth, because in all honesty there's really not much it can do to you that's really scary. It doesn't have a lot of like brave plus HP attack, and looking at it, if you have Yuffie, once again Gyre Tail will not be doing any damage to you if it's broken, and Meteor as well, because they do increase the brave. So MVP, the shadow MVP for this one is going to be Yuffie, and as per like damage wise, I guess if you have Sephiroth or Tifa, they will be the ones doing a ton of damage. So it is quite limiting, this fight, if you don't have any of Final Fantasy VII characters, which I highly doubt you don't have any of them, because honestly it's one of the most popular Final Fantasy games, and I know a lot of people are actually a big fan of Final Fantasy VII, so more than likely you will have a group of characters that will actually make you be able to clear this fight. So anyway guys, I think I will end the video right here. Please do remember to click like and subscribe once again. I know this is only a 9-minute video or so, but it does help if I do keep saying the same things, and it does help if you guys actually subscribe and like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter. Those are my social media at Munchkins Gaming. Leave down in the comments below which team you ended up using for this one. There are less, I guess, compositions to work with, but I still want to know what you guys used up in the end. And of course, let me know once again if you did like this much better than the previous Abyss beta. Let me know down in the comments below. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.